What's going on, guys and girls? What's going on? Just noticed the weather forecast. It looks like it's going to get a little grim for us here in a little bit. Um, I am here today to update you on the 100 um, 100 game update for the Red Sox. Um, the real team through 100 games last year, 2018, was 69-31. Well, my team's not quite that good. Um, we've lost 4 games back. Through 75, we were both 49-26. And since then, I've went 16-9, where they went 20-5. I mean, that was just 800 ball, That's tough. 65-35 is so we're playing 65. We're playing 650 ball where they were playing 690 ball. Mookie Betts through 75 games had 89 hits and 269 at bats, batting .332. Over that 25 game stretch from 51 to 75, he batted .377, which is awesome. Only got 26 hits, but he only went to the plate 69 times. He went to the plate a lot more, got a few more hits this time. He went to the plate 106 times, got 36 hits, batted .340 from 76 to 100. Add that on to his 89 hits he already had. He has 125 hits in 375 at bats. Well, you figure 125 times 3 is 375. 333 batting average is what he's got. Not bad at all. In these 25 games, how many offers does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So he got hits in 21 of 25 games. Pretty impressive. Not bad there. Home runs. Mookie Betts now has 25 home runs. So he's well on pace to exceed his 32 he got last year. He's on pace for 40 and a half. So 40, let's say. JD Martinez got 43 last year. He's got 28 through 100 games. He's on pace for 43 home runs. How about that? Nuts. Xander Bogaerts has 18. He got himself 6 in this last 25 games, so not bad at all. A couple of guys really didn't do a lot. Rafael Devers, no home runs the last 25 games. He is still stuck on 13. Andrew Benintendi, only 2. He's stuck at 11 now. Jackie Bradley Jr. got a couple more. He actually got 3 more now. He's got 10. Steve Pearce got him over and started playing him a little bit now because didn't have him early in the season. I didn't really pinch hit him much. He's started. He's DH'd. He's played first. He's got 3 home runs now, and don't know exactly how many plate appearances, but it's not a lot. It's not 50, I don't think. So that's pretty good. Pretty good for Steve Pearce. Mitch Moreland got 3 more home runs. He's got 7 now. So it's looking a lot like Betts is probably going to come close to 40. May not get there. JD Martinez is looking a lot better to get 40. He's got this is all dependent upon health and everything. 28 home runs. Once again, Mookie Betts is 125 hits in 100 games. He's on pace for 202. So we'll see what happens there. Let me open my live chat up. Anybody would like to say anything, you're more than welcome to. So he's on pace for 202 hits, and he missed a lot of time in that 51 to 75 range. He missed a lot of time. He probably missed 10 games, 8, 10 games, something like that. He didn't play a lot. So, morning, happy Friday to you, Tribe fan. Yeah. Are you all boxing out so far? Sick of the boxing game, watching boxing from everybody? I don't think you're a real boxing fan. You aren't you the one said you're not a real boxing enthusiast? It's a couple people that are not. That's a that's a niche sport. Um, couple not a big boxing enthusiast, but I'll watch someone play. Oh, that's cool. A couple of wrestling things. Ric Flair was hospitalized on Wednesday. Um, it was believed that it may have been a minor stroke again, which he's had a couple. And he was he was in a coma, in 2017 or 2016. It's believed he will have a full recovery and be out of the hospital probably within the next week. Um, Sad story to say, Ashley Mazzaro used to be one of the WWE divas. She passed away yesterday, 39 years old. They are investigating in New York City right now as to her death. They don't think it's suspicious. They don't think it was anything underlying about it, but they're still investigating about it. Ashley Mazzaro passes away at the age of 39. AEW. AEW has announced its TV agreement. It's with TNT. They call it TNT Drama. It's TNT Television. That's what it is. It's believed they're going to be on possibly Tuesday nights, but they're trying to free up the Wednesday night slot. They would love to have Wednesday 8 to 10, and then a weekend program is yet to be determined as far as whether it's going to be Saturday, Sunday, TBS, TNT. That's still in the works, but they're going to get 4 hours a week. So we'll see where it goes. Stadium Sports Network is trying to re-up with Ring of Honor. Always a big problem when you are owned by a broadcast company, and Sinclair owns Ring of Honor. Most of the time, all they let go is replays, things like that. We'll see what happens. It was believed at one time that Ring of Honor was going to TNT. And them and Sinclair had a little bump, I think. That did not work out, did not happen. Ring of Honor is really wanting Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. They don't care if they even go against 60 minutes at 7 o'clock in the evening on Sundays. They're looking for the Sunday time frame. The one reason their pay-per-views are Saturday. What goes on Sunday nights? WWE's pay-per-views. If they can give you free wrestling on televised network, 7 o'clock, I'm telling you, WWE, if they don't do a lot of changes, they're going to have to clean a lot of house between now and December, or they're going to be down the line. Not just second, they're going to go further. They're going to drop like a rock. AEW is coming in. They've got their stuff in line. Tony Khan seems to have really lined up everybody the way he wanted it. And it looks like it could be a successful push. WWE is angry, very pissed that that Comcast the Dish Network and all these places are going to have Double or Nothing for $50. $50. Where WWE Network, they're doing their telecasts and everything online for $10 a month. You don't have to pay anything to watch those. Look for WWE Network to be out of here, off of online by the end of 2019, if not before, if they see that AEW is successful at $50 a shot. It's a risk if WWE does it, but look for them to get rid of WWE Network online for $10 a month. They probably won't keep it. It's probably gone if AEW is successful. And right now, the pre-orders for Double or Nothing on the 25th of May is pretty good. It's looking pretty good right now. So I don't know what their expectations are, but I do know the UK is carrying it live. And if the UK is carrying it live at 1 a.m. or midnight, whatever, till 3 in the morning, that's pretty big. That's pretty big. They carry WrestleMania. That's it. And it's not, they haven't carried WrestleMania, I don't think, for the last 3 or 4 years since WWE Network bumped into internet. So this could be big for AEW if they end up having an international audience of Japan, of Canada. It's considered foreign country. So that if they can do it, England. I haven't heard about Australia yet, but it's rumored that Australia is going to have a way to watch it as well. Every country that is going to be carrying it is going to have their own scale, what their expectations are for sales, which is going to be a lot less than the U.S., obviously, unless you're Japan. Japan is still going to have their high expectations. But right now, before AEW's even had one event, they are already climbing up the ladder, and financially, they are going to be pretty firm. It looks like Fox Network has already gave a warning out to WWE. We expect this a certain amount of television audience, or after 18 months, we're pulling the plug on a 10-year deal. A 10-year deal, 18 months, they're going to pull the plug on them. So Vince has got to be feeling the pressure of when is the first AEW TNT show supposed to be? October. October in the sweeps. October when they're having when they're having all of their ratings. When their ratings start up, they're going to pop right in. Tuesday nights 8 to 10 or Wednesday nights 8 to 10. Teachers on TBS did not get renewed. So I'm hearing that a show from TNT, oh yeah, it's going to be a lot going on. But the show Teachers from TBS did not get renewed. And I'm hearing that a TNT show from one of the weekly shows is going over to TBS to free up time for the AEW show, which will be 2 hours to start, but they're saying it could go as long as 3 hours. They're going to focus a lot on house shows. And it's even rumored that maybe once in a while they're going to have live broadcasts. That's a big stickler, because if you remember when WWE went live, they had issues. They had a lot of issues going live, and their broadcasts were not always successful. And anytime you're off the air for 30 minutes, hour, hour and a half, that is risking, number one, risking getting your time slot pulled by the network if you've got dead air. You cannot do that. You've got to have top-notch guys working for you. And AEW seems to think that if they go in there, um, well, three hours can work. 3 hours can work if number one, you if you can go live and you can have yourself a house show. And when I say a house show, you've got your matches set up, 7 matches, 7 matches over 3 hours time. Have your interviews set up just the right way. Don't go out here and do all this monkey crap and go out here and flying cars down the road or try to show stuff that happened last week, things like that. It can work. Number two, they got to bring the jobber back. You cannot have main event wrestling on TV for free, expect people to pay for it to see the same match a week later. They don't want to do it. So they've got to bring the mid card guys back to get their asses kicked. They got to do it. You got to bring mid level guys back to wrestle the top notch guys. You cannot have Omega, Jericho facing each other every week. People are going to get sick of it. You cannot do that. You got to bring somebody in, a cheeseburger or whoever the hell you're going to bring, somebody in and let people see what kind of moves this guy can do. And I just think both of those networks, WCW and WWE, I mean, they're the wrestling organizations, went about it the wrong way. They always show top notch guys wrestling every week. What people want to see is not too much of any of them. You don't want to see 2 hours of Kenny Omega walking around the backstage. You don't want to see the young guns, I mean, the young bucks rather, walking around out there in the crowd or whatever. You want doses of each one. You want just enough. And if they can keep acquiring talent, and WWE talent is walking out the door left and right. They really are. They're just, if they can keep acquiring talent and get free agents, find people that are, maybe WWE has never found, make talent out of them. You can do it. It can be done. 3 hours can be done, but once a week. 1 week, and if you're going to do a live show, then the weekend, if you want to have a review show for an hour, 90 minutes, great. But if you're really, really serious about having 4 and 5 house shows a week, kind of like the old NWA used to do, and going to armories, going to civic centers with 6,000 or 8,000 people, whatever. You may have a chance to fill these up. Number one, ticket price is going to make a lot of difference. And number two, you can't overflow. I mean, you can't go from Dayton, Ohio to Akron, Ohio to Cincinnati, Ohio to Cleveland, Ohio. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. Okay, we're going to be in Columbus tonight. All right, tomorrow night we'll be in Louisville, Kentucky. The next night we'll be over in Indianapolis, Indiana. The next night we'll be in Des Moines, Iowa. You can do that. 200-300 miles. You can pull that one off. But if you're going to go, I mean, or 400 or 500 miles maybe, but you just cannot do the 50, 75, 100-mile treks and think people are going to go to all of them. They're not going to do that. And, we still haven't heard who they are agreeing to as far as their wrestling figures. That's still in the works, I'm understanding, but they should be announcing that probably by June 1st and maybe sooner. They've got a whole new outfitting line ready to roll, shirts, whatever. And they're going to be shown off the 25th in Vegas. So those seats are high. Those seats and they're gone. But some of those seats went for $300 and $400, and they sold out. So you just got to realize that's a one-time shot. When you start going everywhere, all over the country, you gotta price it down a little bit and be willing to be willing to kind of level it back a little bit, cut it back. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. From all indications, AEW seems to be going the right way with things. They're not trying to overcook booking. They're not trying to, they're already paying their talent. I mean, they've already signed talent. They don't start paying them actually until July, I think. But they are telling the wrestlers what they're willing to do, where WWE is telling the wrestlers what they want, and that's not hitting them too good. So, Vince is used to having it his way, and Vince is going to end up biting himself in the ass if he doesn't stop, because we're in a new age. We're in a new time where wrestlers no longer are tied. Their hands are not tied. They can go different places now and wrestle, and it's all a matter of where you want to go, how much money you want, how many times you want to do it in a week, and house shows used to be, WWE's we got 3 a week now, I guess, with the Raw, SmackDown, and then a weekend show. So they do 3 wrestling shows a week. Well, I think pretty much that's what AEW wants. Maybe a 4th one, but we'll see what happens there. They've got so many opportunities. If they want it, they can kind of light the way, because seems like a lot of wrestlers are interested in going there, and if they are, all they've got to do is kind of show them something glitzy, and something that glitters and shines and shows up, and all. So we'll see what happens. I may do a boxing match in a little while. Looks like we're going to have a storm, so I'm going to get off of here right now. You guys have yourself a great one. Tip my hat to you. Till I'll see you again. God bless you. Have a great day. Once again, my baseball team 65 and 35, 65 and 35, and the real team 69 and 31. So we're 4 games behind them. We made up 1 right there at game 100. So we were 5 back. So in the 62, we're on pace for 105. We'll see what happens. All right. Till I'll see you again. I'm Rob. Have a great day. Safe weekend, and play more games. Enjoy them.